You're good to go, and you got like a shortcut plan, huh?
Great. Here's an even shorter one than
Order a business contemporary post.
that. I prefer you.
I think once you ask for consent, they have to hit the consent thing or it won't be shown.
There we go.
You're the committee, it's your choice.
I'll give you a moment, John. I know it's important to you.
No. Oh, yes.
All right. Looks like it matches pretty closely to what I got on the agenda. Well, we'll get going.
Yes.
All right, so officers take their respective stations. Unauthorized guests kindly retired. I don't know if we have any unauthorized guests. I'm actually pleasantly surprised we have this many people showing up on a cold night. Guard close the doors. By the power invested in me, I'm about to open the John S. Stewart post number 1 for the transaction of any business may lawfully come before us. Officer of the day, please satisfy yourself. All present are entitled to remain. Everyone, please hold up your membership cards for inspection.
Jesse, you're gonna be so proud of me. Look at
Yes.
that.
Digital card.
Is that the whole reason you were
Gotcha, Jack.
bugging me about getting onto the website?
Oh, Josh, shush your face.
You can afford authorization to remain.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Challenge you. This is not a membership card.
That's his AARP card.
It's actually a postcard.
All right, well then, we'll let if you're willing and able, please stand up at parade rest. The chaplain will give us an opening prayer. I know not everyone is religious, but some of our members are. So I do like it and appreciate all of you helping and joining with supporting our fellow members. And with that, John.
Sure.
You're all good. You look dapper.
Woohoo. Let us bow our heads. O sovereign ruler of the universe, who art the Lord of hosts and God of peace, without thee our efforts are vain. Continue thy blessings upon us and our families, we pray thee, and guide us during our deliberations. We beseech thee, O God, to bless the dependents of our departed comrades and to comfort all who gave their loved ones to our nation's cause. Bless and strengthen the sick, the needy, and the afflicted. Bless, we ask thee, the children, families, and staff of our national home, and help us to fulfill our duty toward them. Continue thy favor upon our order, and help us to practice the spirit of true comradeship, both in our councils and with the world at large. Enable us to better the community in which we live through our devotion to duty as citizens. We now have a moment of silent prayer for our departed comrades, those missing in action, and those held as prisoners of war. These and all other necessary blessings we ask of thee, mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Thank you, John. All right, and we keep on the tradition. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. So please come to a position of attention, face towards the flag. Your option, you can salute or put your hand over your heart. Pledge allegiance
To the flag
Flag of the United States of America
You
and
do.
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
at ease.
Order arm.
And order arms and be seated.
What, they're in the wrong order? Oh, they're supposed to be flip-flopped?
We were just testing to see if you were paying attention.
That's a test.
All right.
So that you go in. It looks right on Zoom.
Yeah, see? It was,
It's like it looks good on Zoom.
all right, we're assembled to transact our business of mutual benefit. Let petty jealousies or trivial personalities influence our deliberations. Let us always uphold the obligations of unselfish comradeship and loyalty to our organization. Thank you again for being here. Definitely appreciate the showing, especially on a cold, bitter night. Hopefully all of you got plans for the weekend to stay warm because it's going to get even worse the next few days. I now declare that John S. Stewart post number 1 duly open for transaction of business, and then guard can admit anyone who might be waiting. I don't think we have. All right, let's see, before we begin, honor some of our past commanders who are with us. Jim Stevens, back. Don't stand up, Jim. Just want to wave to you. John Keane, right up here. John, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Sam, thanks again for joining us. Appreciate it. Then we also have President of the Post 1 Auxiliary, Jim Stevens. Again, don't stand up.
What?
Marcia. Marcia's the president. Bad notes, my mistake. Oh, that's right. And John, make sure we recognize you as well. Sorry. Yeah, it's been a hot night. Okay, we don't have any guest speakers. Roll call of the officers. Adjutant, please do the roll call of the officers.
Roger. Commander Brittany Vargas, excused. Senior Vice Commander Dave Bigelow.
Present.
Junior Vice Commander Scott Redmond.
Present.
Quartermaster Adjutant, present. Surgeon, excused. Judge Advocate Jim Stevens.
Present.
Chaplain John Hall.
Here, sir.
Service Officer Absalom Pratt.
Present.
Trustee number 1, Joseph Hickman.
Here.
Trustee number 2, Jack Ferris. Online.
Here.
And trustee number 3, Darren Schultz.
Here.
All right. And deceased members, Chaplain John, you said we have a deceased member.
We do, sir. He's got the name.
Oh, where am I missing?
Yeah, first.
Yeah, I think
How's it going around? It's in the meeting notes.
yeah, I thought I had my quartermaster report on here, but I didn't pull it up.
There you go. Thanks,
There we
Scott.
go. James E. Dick.
All right. And with everyone, let's just tap again.
Yep.
Okay. Please rise and we'll pay our respects.
Our heavenly Father, the march of our comrade is over, and he lieth down in the house appointed for all the living. The Master saith, my brother shall rise again, for I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. We beseech thee to look in mercy on his bereaved family, and thy name shall be praised forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, John. All right, and please be seated. And Quartermaster, we have any new members?
Annual member Dylan Cox, Thomas D. Walton. Transfers Mike Benton, Vincente Vitella, Ethan P. Carter.
All right, well, welcome to the new members. We have a motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
A couple motions. Yeah, we got a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
If opposed, say nay. Well, the ayes have it. All right. Acceptance of the minutes. So the minutes have been shared, right? You guys had them floating around.
And they're on
Posted online too?
Yep.
Excellent.
And second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Accepting the minutes. Post 1 Foundation report.
You report just I gave Jesse a check for the amount that I said last time for the, extra $70. But yeah, that's pretty much it, so.
All right, well,
Can't
thank
hear
you.
you, Jared.
So we get, They couldn't
Give
hear
us
you.
money.
We got money.
Woohoo!
There we go.
Yay!
That's right. The foundation bringing us some cash.
Actually, I think that's how much our power bill is this month.
There you go. So you covered the power. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. All right, the officers' reports, quartermaster, anything to report?
Always got something. Can everybody hear me from that other one?
Yes,
Okay, so
Good.
everybody online can hear me. So I'm gonna share the screen so that way everybody can see this.
We got it.
So as far as our membership goes right now, we're at 91.35%. To get to 100%, we need to get to 925. To get to 925, I need this expiring 104 annual members to pay their dues. If you pay your dues early, if you're an annual member, I might give you a kiss. Or I might kiss you if you don't. If that, whichever one works.
just to the back.
But the thing that we've been working on right now is going through the people that have lapsed for, decades or whatever. And calling them up and just saying, hey, we're still here. Do you want to join? So we've actually had 29 reinstated members.
Excellent.
So if anybody would like to get a list from me and start calling on people and stuff, you might beat me as a recruiter. Let's see. I'm at 29 right now. I just put another one in. So as far as that, and when you look at these, this is in good standing right here, the 7-Eleven. That's because 5 or 6 of those guys up here died. So we have 6 deceased life members. So this is kind of how national changes the numbers. And so to get to 100%, it's a lot for our post. That is the only thing we have left to do to become all American. I want to see Brittany get an American hat so bad. So just because it would be fun. Because I'm gonna drag her national convention with me. I have to. As far as the relief committee, we were going to help out somebody, and then we figured out that we helped them out before, and yeah, so nothing to report there. Monthly and review wise, the Q4 audit for December, it was turned in on 1/4/24 to department. We were the first ones to do it. Don't ask me how I know that, but I know we were the first ones to do it. All bills paid as normal. We'll be opening another account this week or probably next week for King's fundraising for national office per the last meeting motion.
Mhm.
I've just been waiting for the new year so I didn't screw with my books too hard. First Friday wise, it was slow. Bar only made $695. VA brought in $204. So yeah, so when you look at the account, I didn't put in the $895 from December because obviously we had founders going on and the 204, so those will end up in the next one. Raffle and bingo, 0 this month. All the money raised at founders for those raffles and stuff went directly to the cost of founders. I'm going to go into this founders cost a little bit. So I wanted to put this all out here because I know we're going to be talking about founders here. So on this side is our money in. This is the money that we brought in. This is the people and the people that brought money in and gave us stuff. And the silent auctions, they kind of almost saved our behinds. But we still lost $10,726 on this event. So just, as you see, it's just getting more expensive. It really is. I got hit with, and we might not be doing it at the Westin because someone with bigger, deeper pockets
Already reserving.
might take the date from us.
Mhm.
And we'll get into that more later. as far as the December statements, as you see, this is kind of how it is. That big withdrawal right there, that $41,000 is a lot of founders. So when you look at this bottom part, I wanted to show you everybody this, and just for pure transparency, this year is
Hold on then.
we lost $75,000 this year. This is one of the most expensive years we've ever had, and that's just keeping the lights on. Our insurance went up. The project that we had to do over here, that was really expensive just to make sure that this didn't fall on our heads.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
We lost 75 grand this year. Last year we made 24. So this also is kind of like a call to arms that, you know, if you guys got ideas of how this place can make money, I think we're working on a whiskey tasting right now. We need to definitely step it up, which brings my point to, we are bringing the COA here. It's going to cost us some money, but the way that it's not going to cost us money is that bar being open. And basically getting every single one of these VFW guys to come here and drink our very full price beers, and I'll give it that. We're still going to be cheapest ones in Denver, but we're gonna try to put on a good bash for the COA in March, period. And we're gonna try to get as much money out of department and everybody in department as possible on that night. So that's what I got.
All right, Angela, did you have something you were trying to say something online, or you just have a hot mic?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it must be just a home mic.
Okay. John?
Comrade Commander, point of order, if Brittany is to get the All-American cover, the post needs to achieve 102% in membership.
Yeah.
And Comrade Commander move to accept the quartermaster report, subject to
Second.
all.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, accepted.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay. Let's see. So we got Quartermaster Senior Vice Commander's report. I got some stuff in the history section later. I'll get into nothing else from there. Junior Vice Commander, anything? I know you had something, Scott.
Welcome everyone. So part of what Jesse's saying, to try and make some money, we're planning on opening the art gallery and having it open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we plan to implement this either March or April. It's still in the planning phase, but we will need volunteers. We'll need roughly 8 volunteers, 4 hours per shift. So on those days from 12 to 4 p.m. So if anyone start thinking about it next month, I will come and have a sign up sheet if anyone wants to volunteer, but start contemplating that about coming out and hanging out. You don't have to be an artist. We'll be sharing. The goal of these people being here is if veterans walk in, we could tell them about the history of Post 1 and how we're unique and how we're helping, show them the history corner and the rest of the post. And for other people that want to buy art, they'll be able to do that through the point of sale system that we have, which would be a quick learn. And so just contemplate trying to help out so we could be open and get some. Yeah, we could sell non-alcoholic beverages and just be foot traffic and possibly sell more art. And we've lost a couple of artists in the past because of not being open on a regular basis. So this is an opportunity for the post to make more money and get out there more often and be seen. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. All right. Chaplain's reports.
Nothing to report at this time, Commander.
Thank you, John. Surgeon's reports out. Service officer. Anyone want to? Excellent, thank you. And auxiliary president's out. Committee reports. Relief Committee? Do you have any
Nothing
comments or anything? I
report.
think you mentioned,
Yeah.
one potential, but it was
Yeah,
no go. Okay. Membership Committee? Also,
state quartermaster report.
the Home Board report?
Jim.
So Jim and Travis, but Travis isn't here. Jim, you have-
From architect today,
Oh, good. Hopefully.
he's waiting on an updated or cost sheet from
Construction company?
the construction company. And he's supposed to be submitting everything to them, well, either today or tomorrow, so he'll be getting back to us. That's all I have right now.
Okay, thank you, Jim. All right, going to Poppy Drive, Joe.
The only thing I have to share is the writers' workshop is Saturday, 5 o'clock, the 13th of January. The topic is successful transition, how to present yourself in the workplace successfully.
Excellent topic. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, and Founders Day Committee, so I'll give that one through. So this year will be the Founders 125th, which is referred to as a Jubilee. I need to go through, but as you heard from Jesse, we're not making anything, right? We keep losing money every year off of this event as we go through. So we're trying to come up with some different ideas, take different angles, see what we can do to try to either raise more getting in the door or change how we do the events so the event can become a fundraiser focus. So a couple of the ideas we have is if we want to stay in large rooms, you have the Westin. Apparently it's a bigger organization that has a lot more money and is willing to go for reserving a few weekends, has already jumped in on the time period that we were looking at. So that location is unlikely to be available. So we got to find, if we want a larger space, we're going to have to find a different one. If we want to go through and do with a larger space, one of the ideas we had was to try to find a partnership veteran group and try and split the costs by sharing the event with them. So that they can bring in some of the money and take some of it with us. If it's a loss, it'll be less of a loss for us. But we'd like to see if we can't get maybe more people coming in if we have a partnership organization as well. So maybe drive them more activity, get for more bodies inside, some more tickets. It's a possibility out there. None of these are something we're going to do tonight. I'm just expressing them out, get some information, get some ideas churning. Maybe people can put some brain cells together and get us any other ideas they might have as well. And our coordinator, Gina Hallisey, she's the one who does all the great coordination for this event every year. She works in this field professionally, helping out with nonprofit groups. And she has offered to help us with fundraising using the connection she has in return for a finder's fee. And so that's another option that we're looking at and pursuing and seeing what that might be the trick to get us over the edge and at least get to where we're at a break-even point. Another option we discussed was looking at whether or not we want to, since it's the 125th Jubilee year, use this as an opportunity to try something a little bit different. The original founders meeting was done at the Brown Palace in downtown Denver. So we're thinking, why don't we try bringing in the Brown Palace, maybe do it as a lunch, not do it as a large group, do it as a smaller group, but charge a lot more for the tickets. And the intent being to see if we can get a smaller group of people bringing more cash in and make it into a positive cash flow event instead of a negative cash flow. Look at maybe 40 to 50 people with that one, maybe about $500 a seat, something like that, and see if we can't get that to actually turn into a fundraiser. So those are ideas that we've had thrown around so far. We'll continue working these and pursuing them and keep you guys informed as we go along. One of the big things is if we begin to do our fundraising, that's going to drive decision making. If we're doing fundraising and we're getting months into the year and we are not raising any money, it pretty quickly narrows us down on our choices. Is it either we're going to lose money or we're going to have to do something different?
March 1st.
March 1st.
Yeah, that's our deadline. We gotta have $20,000 to $30,000 committed by March 1st. Or we are going to go with the smaller, it's a freaking lunch. It even gets done here. We've sold 20 seats so far. That's it. On a buy one, get one free for $125.
So we brought in about 10 seats more.
Yeah. So like I know I bought my tickets, so. Yeah, so if I'm sitting at a, you know, a 20-seater table at whatever, at least we got Founders done. And it didn't cost the post a ton of money.
Mayor, may I add to your list of options?
Yes, absolutely.
So I know there was a lot of talk this year about transitioning from this being a post-one exclusive event to really celebrating the founding of the VFW.
Mhm.
This might seem radical, but if you check with Kansas City, and if you look at the news or if you go on Wikipedia, VFW Day by those in authority is September 29th. So if you really want to go crazy, maybe we do last weekend in September. I don't know if that affects hotel prices. You're not competing with the holidays.
Mhm.
There might be a lot of benefits to taking some guidance from national organizations as far as when they state that this organization is founded. Definitely get Carol next year. We would be competing with Ohio. They have their own version of Founders Day. But just throwing it out there.
Sure.
Spaghetti on the wall.
Yeah, no bad ideas.
I have another bad idea.
I just said no bad ideas.
Okay. Why don't we gift it to Department of Colorado?
Jesse, did we already talk about having it at the post?
Yes.
Okay,
Jesse briefly mentioned it.
okay.
That's something we could look
I
at
love
as well.
that idea.
I think the biggest challenge of doing big events here, though, is limited parking.
Yep.
Difficult to get in.
We figure out a valet system sometime.
If we hire valets, then we're back to charging a lot of money again.
That's for a committee meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So-
That's more discussion.
Yeah.
Possible.
It is a possibility there. But again, weighing and balancing the cost benefit analysis.
Gotcha.
I go with partners.
As entertaining as that would be, Jim.
I'd pay $20.
Yeah.
Could be a fundraising opportunity. We could do a rally, you know, or a raffle, right? A raffle on whether or not Jim makes it down the corner and parks the car without hitting anything. I'll note that, Jim
See how
raffle.
far you get down Santa Fe from first to 14th without hitting anything.
See, now we got the creativity going.
Well, if it's at night, he'll be able to see lights at least.
Probably not much of a disadvantage. Yeah, in advance, you want as a fundraiser?
The fundraiser for the park.
Yeah, like, post 5061 does a potato one, like,
That's District 1.
okay. You know, not something that goes against that, but that is a good way to get some people together, you know, maybe get some members out here that haven't been out in a while. Food for thought.
Bunch of rich people bought some houses behind us. That's the problem.
I like that idea.
That could be a good idea. It might work out well. So if you have other ideas too, again, we're throwing these out to try to churn up something. So we don't have to solve anything tonight. If you have ideas, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Jesse, any of the officers in the that we have in the post as well. So
Dave's
let us
the
know.
chair of the committee. So
Yeah. All right.
I will not be a part of the founders after June.
So you say now. Okay, moving on then to bingo and raffle committee. Jim, anything going on with bingo and raffle?
We're up to date.
Excellent.
Commander, I have a question.
Yes.
Where do we stand on getting a pickle machine?
I'm sorry, getting what?
Pickle machine, full tax.
It was presented, and nobody, there was never a vote about it, the cost. Now I gotta try to think.
The department quartermaster
But then it was too much money for the pickle machine that he.
John, do you remember what the cost was? I sent it over to you.
No, I don't remember what the cost was, but the point Jesse alluded to is that the Department of Colorado acquired how many? Two pickle machines when 2461 closed its doors.
May or may not have the keys and can get in there.
And there was a change in the state law last year that says one license holder can donate or sell a machine to another license. Previously, you had to go through a dealer, but now
Yeah.
the law has been updated. There's just new information we found out last month that there might be an opportunity for us to make an offer to the department headquarters to purchase their surplus pickle machines. Any insight as to what might be an acceptable offer to the department? $5.
Pay our own gas.
Honestly, well, the department pays about $300 a month for that, for those two
Storage units?
storage units right now. I'd say like $350.
So we give them an opportunity to save money.
Pay their rent for a month.
We'll take one off their hands.
Yeah.
They know how to start.
Well, then I will make a motion that we tender an offer to the department.
Point of order, Conrad.
New
Business.
Okay.
Oh, yep, this is new business.
We're not in business yet, sorry. We're still on a committee report.
Say, get out of committee report.
All right, my last one, the Veterans Art Council.
Jesse's already covered the numbers. January is typically our slowest month of the year. It did not this point.
Yeah. Not too surprising. Okay. Outstanding action dates. This is the dates of military history and different things that to think about and consider. So I found a few that were very interesting in the January. So January 16th has two different things that were very interesting. One, in January 16, 1945, Hitler descended into his bunker, his last home. In January 16, 1991, the Persian Gulf War begins. We started the air campaign. In January 17th, 1781, the Battle of Cowpens went on. A big victory for the Americans in the South, which turned the tide, by the way, in the southern part of the Revolutionary War. From that point forward, the British were on the defense in the South. And then January 18th, 1911, I thought this one was also very interesting. U.S. Navy Lieutenant Eugene Ely became the first man to ever land an airplane on the deck of a ship. He did out the converted cruiser, the USS Pennsylvania in San Francisco Bay. All right, no business. So we talked a little bit about the construction planning. I did want to.
Machine is technically old.
You
It
want
was voted on.
It was voted on. You want to bring out the pickle machine? There? You can do it as old business.
Now you could do it.
Comrade Commander, I make a motion that post one offers the Department of Colorado $350 purchase a pickle machine, also known as a pull tab machine.
So
Well, actually, I meant that motion say, we'll offer $350 for both. 2 for 1.
Sorry, it's super hard to hear him.
So we got a motion for the Post to offer $350 to buy both pickle machines
I think there's only
from
one pickle machine.
the headquarters, VFW headquarters. And
Second.
well, any discussion?
$350 for us. For what we want.
We have a second from John, but we have a chance for discussion too. So anyone?
Cost really isn't just the machine, cost to the full data that you buy, what is a machine? And then how long is it gonna take for those to sell through to get your money out of it?
Well,
If somebody wins the amount, they have to pay.
Yep.
Everybody bringing, oh, we don't have the money to do it. What are we gonna do?
There's gonna be There's gonna be some, coordination to make sure it's handled.
But I believe that John mentioned that these are pretty much the one thing that guarantees a kickback, right? They're pretty darn close to having that.
If you sell it every single.
So according to state law, you cannot lose money on the pickle machine. Okay? The 1,000 pull tax, or whatever that number is, that comes attack will not pay out more than what you paid for it. That makes sense. Right? But to Sam's point is that the very first guy hits for $500 and you haven't sold $500 worth of tickets,
Right.
you're gonna have to dig into your pocket to cover that and have to worry about making up throughout the rest of the sales.
Okay.
So that at the end of the day, you've paid out less than you brought in.
Right.
Keep in mind, how long it's gonna take to go through that whole of full test, if you put it in the machine, how long will it take to sell those food?
Which is, I guess, trial and error.
Trial and error.
Question.
Yes.
If, we're planning on being open now, Wednesday, Thursday, well, Thursday, Fridays and Saturdays.
That's it. So that's an intention. We don't have all the volunteers yet, but yeah, that's our goal.
Right, but then if we couple the pickle machines with this dates, I think that will allow more people to see, hey, it's not just art, you can come in and be entertained. And so I think that argues for the getting the pickle machine, as long as we get the volunteers to be open just instead of twice a month, be open 4 times a month.
Technically, those are supposed to be for like membership, not public gathering.
Yep. If you're open to the. You know, they got them at the Legion.
Okay, yeah, anyone got a description?
You put in money, you can pay it out, you pull it, see if you want to.
Sam, John, since I'm a really bad Legion member, how well do you guys do on your pull tabs at Legion One?
They have significant hopes every month that it will bring plenty of money. It's kind of.
Yeah.
It is month to month and all of that. And I was going to mention, it is against the law for pickles to lose money.
Okay.
Yeah, and technically, same,
As long as the $500 winners at the bottom.
not supposed to be open to public gambling.
The hours that our doors are open, we are open to the public. And I would think that the public, who are our guests, would be allowed to play the pickles. I'm not sure. You're a lot closer to knowing that than I am.
Everybody that comes in.
Yeah, you can say it like that. I mean, you're kind of on the hairline of, well, maybe, but yeah,
That was my point.
yeah. We could get in trouble. Let me put it that way.
Guests just have to sign in, right?
Legion One has a glove, and it's 40 burgers, but most of it's that gloves. Whether they.
And we could just be cool and just have a QR code and people sign in with the QR code.
Yep.
And we get their info right away and it goes into a MailChimp.
Yeah, I was gonna say, depending on the little fine.
So you got an amendment to the motion to clarify which part?
The legality of, is it just gonna be post members that are gonna be able to use it, or it's going to be everyone that comes into the.
My biggest question is how much cash are we gonna have to keep on hand at this price?
That's the other thing. Who's gonna be responsible? Right.
Jesse,
Legality.
maybe we should talk to Todd.
Well, and that's the other thing, like, if we're planning to be open with volunteers. Volunteers are employees. And places that do have pickles have employees and they are bonded. On top, like, so we would have to bond volunteers for the money that we hold for the pickles. So there is a lot of extra cost involved. I would have to get it. I would have to get employee bonds for volunteers.
The motion to make that fund.
Is that if we make that available while we're open, maybe during those open hours, you know, first Friday, yeah, we have all the people here. We have an employee here or whatnot, a member of the,
Give me,
that's bond.
give me.
But Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe that's not an option for people to come play it.
Technically, the only one that's supposed to hold on to any kind of money at this post is
Right,
and anybody that is in my position,
gotcha.
because I'm the one that's bonded. So like, say we get robbed or something, we could get that money back if I'm there.
Okay.
But like,
Right. So
say
they,
I give you a chunk of cash and say, hey, open up the till, whatever, you have to have a bond on it.
sure,
too.
so maybe we don't offer it to people that come in during those open hours, except for first Friday.
Yeah.
So let's not get lost and cancel the open hours because of these pickle machines, you know?
Well, yeah. I'm just more worried about having a bunch of cash on hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think we got an amendment to the motion to research, clarify who we can sell to, what kind of cash we would have to have on hand, and whether or not we have to have bonded employees as a requirement.
And
We have
I'll
a-
get an actual
we have a
number.
second?
for the- And I'll get a number for the actual, like, how much Bruce is thinking about the stupid pickle machine.
You want to get a
So I can
estimate of
find
cost?
out, yeah, and I'll contact some dealers and make sure that we're,
Right.
one, being fair to department, but two.
Yeah.
Also like not getting screwed over,
Yeah, are you
cause he
talking,
tried to offer me $700 for a meat slicer and I'm like,
I feel like we can reach out to Todd at 9644 and get some info.
yeah, like the cost of the pickles in general, like a sack of pickles and how much that pays out, you know, like, okay, these are the prize values, you know, like, those are good things to know. You're right.
Actually, Todd just responded to me. I asked him how much they make on pull tabs each month, and he said we don't make a lot, probably 3,000 to 5,000 a month. Other posts around me that are open to the public make a lot more.
3 to 5 grand.
this motherfucker thinks that's not a lot.
We don't make a lot, 3,000 to 5,000 a month. That seems like a lot to me. I don't-
It's quite a bit.
But they probably have 6 to 8 machines.
And they're also open 6 days a week.
Well, that's true.
With the bar, and they also have, almost every day they have a lunch or a dinner.
They have a lot more foot traffic,
Mhm.
because we have a couple of thousand people on first Friday. That's probably a week's worth of their foot traffic, right? Burger and bean.
Yeah.
So,
And if we have a volunteer standing by there and explaining to people how they work.
I think a ton of people already know how they work, 100%.
I've never even seen what they are.
Oh, dude, you've never gone to an Italian festival?
I'm telling you, this is gonna be catnip to the fucking hipsters.
100%.
You have to be a line at it.
Oh my god, it's so crazy, dude.
Okay, let's clarify the motion for the minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got an amended motion to go look into clarifying who we can sell to, because obviously the foot traffic's important. If this is gonna.
Like,
be-
I'm all for it. I just wanna
Let
minimize.
me finish. Cash on hand that we would have to be able to do a payout. We gotta figure out what that's gonna be. Bonded employees, is that required or not required? Jesse will reach out and see what the cost estimate of actually buying the machines and make sure it's effective. We were talking about Todd, but it sounds like we already got our answer, so obviously there is potential cash flow coming back from it. And then we had discussed a QR code. And the QR code, maybe you could have the instructions, so it tells them what the game is, they scan it and tells them what's going on, and then we also get their data at the same point.
One more thing, how much is the machine?
We don't know how much they'll be willing to take, we just threw out a number.
No, I mean, how much is it gonna cost us to buy the machine?
Yes, that's what we don't know for sure,
Oh.
that's just gonna go find out.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, I wanna make sure, one, I'm paying a fair price at department, but also not screwing ourselves over either.
All right, does that cover everything else on? Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, say nay.
Man,
The ayes have it. Okay. The only other old business topic is the construction. We got the word back from the architect that he's waiting to get more pricing updated. But from what we do know, roughly about the timeframes that it's been taking to get money, to raise money, and how much money we're gonna need to finish out the rest of the building, I think we can conservatively estimate this could be an 8 to 10 year project. It's gonna be a hot minute before we have this whole building available and up where we can actually utilize it. So things that we need to think about when we're prioritizing what we do have the money for and coming forward to. I think we need to prioritize anything that works to help us on this space, because this space is available and working. So the HVAC system is the thing that comes to my mind as the first thing we should get in place. We have an HVAC system, it makes this space more usable, maximizes its capacity. If they have to go and put conduits and wires and whatever else in the rest of the building, we don't really care because most of that's gotta be torn up anyway. So if they gotta make some holes in there, not as big a deal now. Certainly a lot easier to do it now than it would be later after we've got it all fixed in place. Once we got it all fixed in place, then we can go forward with the next things. I know we want to do the exit stairwell and the elevators back in this side. I think that might be something we want to do after we have a place for them to go to. So getting the upstairs or the downstairs, at least one of them done before we worry about putting those in place. That kind of stuff that we need to be thinking about as we go forward. But again, we also got to be cautiously optimistic. It's going to take a while before we can get this building up where we want it to be. Nothing again to be voted on. I'm trying to lay things out, trying to keep expectations, trying to keep us thinking about what we're at, where we're at, and where we need to go going
how
forward.
much money do we have left on the CCI grant, Jared?
Cool. And what is the first stage? What are we working on first? Is it the HVAC? Is that?
I think so. We
verify
should go
that?
with that
Like,
direction.
or- are
Just
there
the acting
questions?
commanders. I don't want
What's that?
to
Oh,
jump in
okay.
on
Oh,
bit
okay.
and go forward with anything. Again, not trying to pass any motions tonight, just throwing out the ideas, let people think about this, let it absorb a little bit. But in the near future, we're going to have to make some of these calls. What do you got, Ashley?
I wanted to add to that and ask the post, how they feel about, there is a local design firm here in Denver that deals specifically with museums and galleries. And one of the things that has come to mind is essentially having them donate towards the effort of restoring the building. And through that is essentially just saying, like, don't get a placard somewhere in the building saying if you were a donor, you helped pay for this space, you paid for this space. The same way that a museum or a gallery would, by saying like this specific salon in the basement.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah,
an
for
awesome.
putting presented by Navy Federal on
Yeah.
the front of the building.
If they renovate the upstairs, I'll put that right at the top of the stairs when you come in. This renovation presented to you by Navy Federal.
Yeah, I already have a friend of mine working at reached out to her yet. But in expanding the post mission as far as local foot traffic and just presenting the post as a place where people can come and host events, things like that. I feel like this would be a good way to market our involvement.
Invite her
Yeah.
in. And then just get with Jared and have the two of you just talk to her.
Yeah, no prejudgments.
If she has interest, it'd be great. And yeah,
I'll give you
the
his
foundation has the
contact.
conduit. Awesome. Appreciate it.
Just to go off that, so just asking what the CCI,
Yes.
30,000 something left from CCI, that brings us like 472,555 total. That's all like on the old plan, so if we're gonna change things, like for the HVAC system, we'd probably go back to all our grant work. How would we do that? I'm fine with that, but,
Mhm.
you know, that's gonna be a plan you can come up with, right, so.
So can you clarify what that money's for? Like,
Yeah, it's all for grant applications we did based on the original phase two, right? So that's the elevator, the stairs, all that stuff, which we're having to carry on anyway. But we're kind of going along the same lines, so it's not a big deal. We're gonna change our plan.
Mhm.
First of all, kind of, how working on the old plan. So we should make some decisions, right? So.
Yeah.
Before we keep working, you know, the old plan. But we should go back to, I mean, we don't want to be in a position where our grant writer takes that we spent the money and it makes sense. We have to make sure we're clear with them before we start making changes. We should figure it out, whatever. I told him, I
Mhm.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, for the record, that's the only reason why we can't really rent this place out for $5,000-6,000 on a Saturday. Because we have no air
Yeah.
conditioning. And
Big limitations.
Gina already told me she would help us basically put this out to her clients and stuff, and it'd be like one of those spaces that she knows she can count on for different events and cocktail hours and stuff like that. And that's really where we're gonna make our big amount of money, is in those things, because 2 doors down the street from us, they're 10 grand for a Saturday night for a wedding.
Is that and as we talked, is that a big issue for liquor license?
Yep.
And they still have the parking issue too, so how do they do it?
Yeah, so they're
They have
overcoming it somewhere.
they have a valet service.
Yeah,
Every Saturday night, you can see people walking down the street.
Yeah, and it's downtown Denver.
Yeah.
People Uber everywhere.
Yeah, so they'll be walking for blocks. That's all we have. The other reason about reaching out is if we can start reaching out and start getting other places to also pay to the things like that, they might also be willing to offer networks.
And if we could figure out a way to get green energy in here, or get, solar panels to where that way our light bill isn't $875 every month. And it's only 20. That would be great. We just need to find the people and the people on this side willing to do the full work.
Yeah.
Because like me and Jim were talking about this earlier today. Me and him, we're both burned out. We did it for, most of the pandemic. John is, on that with us. Like the 3 of us, we kind of we made sure that this place stayed around during the pandemic and through that phase freaking 2 thing, just to where we didn't close the doors. So it's just, we need more people to step up to that level that want to make sure that this place is still around and just have the heart to just keep going. Because, yeah, we're burned out. We're just trying to just survive. And we got other things we're working on.
All right, so Epsilon, thanks. Reach out to your POC, see if there's interest. Certainly be happy to entertain those and what options might be there. And then, we can figure out how to be, if you want to reach out to people and just say, hey, we may need to change the prioritization of the work in order to maximize the use of the space that's available because of the cost differences and the estimates that have come in, then you can see if anyone has concerns. And we can lay out something with more of a plan if we need to.
Present them so we can, say like, hey, good news, we can really spend the place around money and budget.
Yeah.
We have something that just makes it a little easier. Look, these people didn't give us money because they hate us and they want well. So
Oh, yeah.
The one that most of your budget is already created. So I don't know, right? The foundations, that's a lot of money, right? That's way over half of our money.
And they're gonna be doing their meeting here.
Yeah. So be like, wow, be nice if it was like warm in here, or cold, depending.
Yeah, it's more. I'll turn everything off.
So in order to make it, we have to wait for this quote, right? Is that my understanding? We're waiting to get a quote back from him.
Well, I
The
think
downgraded version.
I think the change came because the original quote shows that the cost is well over twice what we.
It was like $2 million.
Okay,
So we don't have enough money to do all, but we already know that.
gotcha.
The then coming back in the architect is just some updates based on some changes, but it's not going to make up all that difference. So I think we need to do something to prioritize. If the cost quote coming back, though, will help us know like what is the HVAC cost. So that we can see that, and that can kind of confirm if we have 400,000 should be more than enough to cover that being going.
We asked the pencil on the HVAC, is that in
I asked him to, I'll check with him again tomorrow and make sure he's got that in his budget.
And if you could, Jim, maybe you could ask him to prioritize that. How much is just that work? If we did that as one event first, and then we can always price out the rest later as we go forward.
Yeah, you should have it in his budget. Should be able to do that.
Okay.
Well, that's. We talked about it.
To do all the HVAC.
Yeah, 'cause it's like $85,000 for the units. And then it's like an additional 120, like the pipes and all that fucking stuff, right? If I remember correctly. But it was like,
It's like every day we wait.
yeah, it's like every day we wait for something, it just costs more. But it's like, I think half of it was mostly labor.
Almost always, the majority is always later.
That's also the beginning of the year, so this would be a good time to reach out to, HVAC companies and things like that, to see if they'd be willing to donate kind of material to use in the process.
We can certainly ask. I'm not how much I would bank on that. I think we're better off just taking what we got moving forward. But hey, if someone happens to know someone's got an extra HVAC system in their backyard, not doing anything.
Jesse, did you see John?
Yep.
What's up, Jonda?
Or send in the links.
Did she type something?
She unmuted herself.
No.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I just earlier I've overheard it. Well, earlier in regards to the high cost of electric bill, I thought this popped up in my head about a government incentive that is out now for solar power. Not sure how that works, but just something to look into.
Good point. Bravo, Miss Jonda.
Yeah. Government offsets. Get the government involved. What could go wrong?
Too bad we don't know anybody at the EPA.
All right. Any other unfinished business? All right, moving through. Then new business. I think we talked about a lot of the new business notes that I had. Going through First Fridays. If we're good, I think that's our built in right now. First Friday is our biggest cash flow maker. So.
New business. I have reached out to local businesses here on Santa Fe, as well as locally, and they have expressed interest and willing to donate to us materials to be used for the raffles on First Friday.
All right.
So.
Yeah, get with us later.
Yeah.
Excellent.
New business.
Yep.
I reached out to a friend, graduated from law school. That she specializes in consumer law and gambling and stuff, to give us legal opinion on the limitations of use of different machines and doing raffles in public, how to log on.
Yeah, excellent.
Happy to do so.
Okay, yeah, get a hold of her.
Yep.
Shoot me a text. We'll
Yeah, I already did.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. All right. Any other new business?
Right, man. So I received an offer from Horse Soldier Bourbon Whiskey. I believe they're headquartered in St. Petersburg, but they sell nationally. And they're interested in putting on a whiskey tasting at Post One sometime in March. So I made a motion that I be allowed to offer them their choice in either holding whiskey tasting on March 30th or March 23rd. Those are the last 2 Saturdays of March.
Second.
Yes.
Third.
Any discussion?
Now, the discussion would be is
None.
if they accept those, either of those dates at the next meeting, I'll bring forward a plan on what will actually be entailed. No, it's the last 2 Saturdays, the 23rd or the 30th.
Trust me. You know, they can't
The
take-
16th is the council meeting here, so that, there it is.
Yeah.
It is, Horse Soldier Bourbon Whiskey, horsesoldierbourbon.com. If anyone wants to look them up.
Yeah. They're a local distillery.
All right, because
Yeah.
under contact page, it says St. Petersburg.
Isn't that
Horse
Isn't it
Soldier.
Sam or whatever his name is? The Warriors and Whiskey guy?
Word whiskey guy is Stephen Coates.
Steven Coates.
So, yes, and so for, well, I guess we're still discussing the motion.
Mhm.
So,
Any other discussion?
No. Go forth and multiply.
What's that, Jerry? You have to get, do we have a, Sam
It's
as a
pretty
home
decent,
son?
and the logo's cool, like we have it at my bar. I think some of the logo is made from the Twin Towers, I think. I really think so.
no way.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah,
Maybe
maybe,
it's a big story.
maybe the
What's
original
that?
bottle.
On the little website.
Just telling you, yeah, see, see?
We accept them at our next meeting to get a report on the whiskey tasting.
Yeah, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Ayes have it.
All right, I'll report back. Just a little bit more context. There is a club, I guess, a Facebook group. I don't know if you want to, how you really would classify it. Called Warriors and Whiskey. Now, I know the guy who founded it, he for sure is in Florida. I think it was 3 miles, but
There's
my main point of concept. So it is, this implies Warriors and Whiskey. They have a subsidiary group that's the Veterans Whiskey Club. So it's first responders, veterans, you know.
Well, I know that the last
Or-
tasting that we did here, we sold tickets for, and we raised what, eight grand, right?
No, it's definitely money.
Yeah, there's like 25 over.
But this is a bigger, the bigger picture is that
That's also
Warriors
engagement.
and
right?
Whiskey,
Mhm.
if we can build a relationship with them and they can invite their members of their Facebook group or wherever you fancy this in this club to come to our event,
Yep.
it'll probably be target-rich environment for recruiting opportunities because it's mostly made up of veterans or first responders or probably like
Half of them are probably
also
veterans too.
veterans
Right.
as well. So
We need.
not only is it a fundraiser, but it can also be
Sure, we could be recruiting,
events.
potentially reciprocal events in the future. Yeah.
You figure whiskey drinkers for the most part, or, you know, maybe have a little bit more disposable income than your average Joe. Okay, so there could be also potential connections to future fundraising, so we tap into them.
Yep.
I know when you say, is it May 1st is the deadline for founders?
No, it's March.
March 1st, all right. Well, maybe we can extend it to April 1st, so we can pitch these whiskey drinkers.
I'll have to talk to my
There are-
project commander.
So there are a lot of, I see a lot of tentacles.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Sure, they could become a sponsor.
Single event,
Mhm.
and then the thing with Warriors and Whiskey, put us in touch with these folks. They can bring in other distillers and maybe turn this into somewhere like, say, quarterly event and grow it.
Yeah.
And increase the ticket prices as demand goes up, the space is limited. But then we're done with that.
$90 a pop for tickets.
We have so many people in here at a time.
Yeah.
So, well, supply and demand.
I mean, Colorado, Denver's not in the additional guys, city.
So if you're gonna do whiskey or some restaurants or restaurants, hey, this will combine the two. After the first one.
Yeah, we had some good food last time.
We did.
So
Yeah.
bring all your ideas next month and hopefully I'll have confirmation on the date and then we can plan it out. But
Absolutely.
as it stands right now. A bit of March.
Thank you, Jen. Everybody online kind of able to follow that? So we,
So looking at the.
It's okay. It's super hard to hear.
Yeah. The full dab machine. The whiskey tasting. And, holy potlucks.
yes, those are the three, that was raised up tonight. Yes, I see a combination there that might work out rather nicely.
I see the potlucks.
I see multiple possibilities in all of these, so it could be really good. And I personally know that whiskey drinkers are wonderful people.
And me too.
All right. Any other new business? Yes.
So I have taken some classes in social media management, be using them to grow on my followings and getting posts to get 60,000-70,000 views. I would like to offer a class to anyone here in the membership that wants to truly tap into this, because for example, YouTube actually pays creators that have more than 1,000 people money for their posts. So people, and it's just another way for people to sell their art and for the post to get out there. So I was talking to Scott on the idea, why don't we just pick a day, have an actual class, which I'll put together, present everything that I've learned, and we can start doing that.
Okay. Just think of a weekend day because obviously better potential traffic.
Now this semester I'm pretty open weekends.
Okay.
Does any talk about holding your class on how to social media?
Yeah,
You got my number,
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll text it.
right?
All right, thank you. And
one of the members in the posted and mentioned that if anyone is interested in CPR class, which one?
yes, and you sent me the contact data.
Right.
Yep. So anyone who might be interested in a CPR class, if you're wanting to look into it.
What post?
Post one, LCW Denver.
Region 1. American.
Yeah. Not post one, region one.
Time and data still to be determined, but it will be. So we were trying to get together. Anyone who's interested and then give the name, the number, email address.
She sent me, there's an email address for a contact.
Okay. We can put it on.
Yep.
Just send it.
All right. Any other new business? Excellent.
Award.
Oh,
Oh, you can do that and do that. So good order.
you do that, good the order, right?
Yes,
That's
you
the next one.
do.
That's the opportunity to make comments about our post. And so do we have, so Darren Schultz, come on up. Where the other one's going? So we got a merit award for Darren Schultz, been awarded the certificate of merit for recruiting one new member. Let's see, since she joined in online. Is that her?
Yep.
There it is, all right. And Kristen.
Yeah.
Merit award
for?
Kristen has been awarded the certificate of merit for recruiting one new member.
Oh, yay, me. Thanks.
It was the Castle Rock, so. Really not too hard.
So we'll have it next week come in.
Thanks.
You bet. All right. Yeah, that's
Jesse,
it.
bring it on Saturday.
Ah, let's give you praise.
So yeah, one for me.
Yeah, the one for
And
He didn't get his yet, huh?
I didn't see it. It wasn't on this.
Oh,
Next one.
next month.
Next month.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and FYI, Absalon, he's recruited 5 people.
So,
So he's like a recruiting ace now.
he's recruiting ace. He hit 5.
Yeah.
You're probably also in the running for top district recruiter.
Ooh.
Yeah, quartermasters are disqualified.
That's sad. That you would win with 5 people.
It's an ace. 5 is an ace. Any more
Hey, he's not done.
for the good of the order?
It's just me and him over 5.
Did you guys ever watch the Muppets? The 2 old guys sitting on the side the whole time. There we go. That's amazing. All right.
I guess it's gonna be
Oh,
order.
one more good of the order.
So if anybody would visit the department website, vfwco.org, you will see I posted 2 new programs this year. There is the Junior ROTC Cadet of the Year. And then there is the Employer of the Year. So you can go to the department website, click on the links, you'll see what the form is there, which lists all the criteria. I need nominations to department headquarters by the end of March. So I'm hoping that we have our color guard here, but who's our number point of contact between the post and the color guard?
Larry.
Yeah.
Right.
Larry.
I'll make sure Larry has it,
Yeah.
so we can coordinate with them. It would be great.
Yeah, definitely want to put some of their info.
From our local high school.
I
Mhm.
never talked to their leader, Mike, about this.
Okay.
So he's thinking of a kid to give it to us.
So basically, the post submits directly up to department, and the department will take all the nominees, and then we'll submit one winner up to national.
Okay.
National.
So we can nominate one from our.
We can nominate one.
Because department needs this for All American.
Department needs it for all. My concept though is we run the cadet of the year similar to like the VOD Patriot Pen. You know, so we can get multiple nominations at the post, judge them, have a little ceremony, give out some little certificates, you know, made up certificates.
We're not watching kids fight.
And we're saying bugle sticks. Okay, you know, they have American Gladiator style competition.
That's good training.
We're making it a brand new program. We make up our rules, how we decide who wins. But I think it'd be nice to bring in multiple kids, kind of like the OD Patriot Pen, you know, give out the little trinkets, certificates, say thank you, bring in the parents. It's definitely a thing. My understanding, National is launching this program to make sure these cadets who most likely will then go into the military have a good relationship with the VFW, so that when they become eligible, we're planting the seed eventually for future members down the road by recognizing these cadets in this way. And that's a long list.
Good thinking. Good, bad, or otherwise, we're probably going to have more veterans of foreign wars.
Yes, and as far as Employer of the Year, more, you know, big, small, whatever, if they treat veterans well, it's your employer, or if you know of an employer, nominate them as well. I would like to see every employer that we can get in touch with be a partner with their HR department and our state service office. So any veteran employee throughout the state can call our service office and say, this guy needs benefits, this guy needs help.
Build a conduit.
It's a concept that I stole from Walmart, but in a positive sense. Walmart are people so much, they're so low paid and they have such limited hours that Walmart outsources its healthcare to Medicaid. Right, that's their business model.
Yeah.
Well, I think an employer that has good health insurance can supplement that by putting their veterans into the VA healthcare system and getting their employees benefits. So these employer of the year nominees, that's gonna be my next step, is then to reach out to the HR department and find out how we can actually serve their veteran employees. And again, recruiting opportunities, all that stuff that goes on. So please send me your employers.
Okay,
We'll take it from there.
thank you, John. All right, any more go to the order, and John, thanks for sending those links. We appreciate that too. You got them in the notes you said?
Yeah, put it in my.
Excellent. We got them captured, so we're good to go. Any other good of the order?
Oh, shoot, yeah, me again. Number commander, the VOD banquet, is gonna be at post 9644 on the 20th. That's in a couple weeks, Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now.
It's a DOD banquet?
VOD, Voice of Democracy banquet.
Voice of Democracy. That's
So the one we had here at the post, and
Yeah.
the district one that was last week, you know, this is the state level banquet, the week from Saturday, 9644. You can call the department headquarters and, you know, RSVP. If you'd like to attend and you'd like to hear all top 5 essays will be read, and then winner will be.
And for both VOD and Patriot Spend, both of the submissions that we have here from post one, the district office state.
Oh, excellent. There you go. Bringing in only the best. All right, anything else? So
To be fair, that Densmore kid, I think his brother won the national one, what, 2-3 years ago?
No longer than that. So,
As long as they didn't plagiarize, we're all
it was.
right. All right. Well, with that, then we go to closing ceremonies. So we're not gonna retire the colors, so we'll do the chaplain first, right?
Yes,
Two of them before the chaplain?
All right.
All right. Chaplain.
Anders.
Almighty God, the hour has come when we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care. Thou who art our tower of defense and our protection, granted in life's battles, we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity as shall reflect honor upon our country, the veterans of foreign wars of the United States, and glorify thy great and holy name. May thy good providence shield us from all harm. Watch over those who even now guard the gates of freedom and bring us together again in true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Thank you, John. All right. Salute the colors. Attention. Present arms. Order arms. And declare this this session of John S. Stewart Portals #1 closed. The next regular meeting will be in 8 February. Invite everyone to stick around and hang out and share stories and swap stories. And I think John brought some beer for us as well. Thank you.
It's gavel once.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. She doesn't say gavel in this book. I think it was making shit up.
What fucking book is this? 2024, huh?
That is my book.
You actually bought the